Hey everyone, and welcome back. Our last guest is a New York poet and rapper from Brooklyn, who's heavily inspired by 90s hip hop, street culture, and fashion. His music and style exercises his poetic tone to inspire and uplift dreamers while showcasing witty rhymes, fun punchlines, and funky flows. Music is about storytelling and emotion, creating an opportunity to share new feelings and perspective. Please welcome poet and rapper Savage the Poet.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for having me. I'm more than happy and excited to be here today.
Well, we're excited to have you, and I'm really feeling your flow. So let's just jump right into it because prior to even getting on air, we were having conversations about this silver lining that the pandemic has brought into light for everyone. And having gone through your website and just visited the different windows, I noticed that while yes, this is all about your music and sharing with our viewers how poetry is kind of part of rapping. I don't know, that some people may beg to differ. We can have that conversation. But I personally have been intrigued by your intuitive poetry. So let's just talk about all of that.
Yeah, let's do it. So intuitive poetry, for people that don't know, actually, okay, so it was born from a freestyle I actually did online. And I did a freestyle, and the freestyle I say something like, master the word, be it written or spoken. And I call myself like master the word. And my mom challenged me to say like, hey, like if you're, a master of the word, how about you start doing like poems for people, like start taking clients, like people that want to hear poetry. And then she said, on top of that, how about you start doing like, it's actually my mom's idea to do intuitive poetry where someone purchases an intuitive poem from me. And I basically, like sort of like a spiritual reading, how spiritualists will use like, I don't know, like tarot cards or like oracle decks, or they'll throw bones or something like that to kind of develop a reading, and then they'll sit with you and explain what they see. Mine happens in a poetic form. So I'll take from some of those elements, or I'll do weird things. Like I'll just hit shuffle on my music library, and the first song that pops up, I'll start writing to the beat to that. I'll just, when an artist is just like freaking it out and kind of like creating a bunch of stuff, I was kind of doing that. Or that's sort of the process behind the intuitive poems. And then from the sketch, I then fine line it and create a poem from it. And I always tell people who purchase it, the same way that it's birthed in meditation, it may take the same amount of time in meditation for all the messages in the poem to sit deep with you. So I tell people to hang it up somewhere like that they frequent a lot in their home, so that they're able to read it on a regular basis and peel different things from there. But it's been super rewarding to write those because it's part of my like spiritual journey, helping people heal. But it's also me tying my art, my poetry, my rhyming, and bringing it all together so that people are hearing a message, but not in a way that feels like intrusive or like sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it to a person.
Right.
And I think I'm fortunate enough, and I'm so grateful to have a gift where I'm able to ease a message onto somebody in a way that's not too hard. You know what I mean? It's a way that people, and it's easy to memorize because a lot of my stuff is written in rhyme. So even if you take 2 lines that stuck out to you, it's like a mini mantra that people can play back in their heads and lead with. And it's nice. I'm still in contact with quite a few people that I've written intuitive poetry for. And some people have bought like 2 or 3 from me in different seasons because, life changes, things go up and down. And it's just a nice way to get your message and not such a, and there's different readers. Some people are also really sweet when they speak, but we know like when you have a reading, sometimes it can be very like, oh, like I'm nervous and I'm scared and how is this going to come out? And what do I say? So it's a very personal journey.
It's dope. It's a dope concept. And I mean, I don't want to use the whole segment to discuss your intuitive poetry. Not that we're not interested in it, but I do want to make sure that before we run out of time, that we share how how versed you are just in the lyricism, right? Because you've got all this rap music, but then you step into poetry, and then I know you had mentioned something about starting something that got put on hold during the pandemic, and so let's talk about what you're going to be presenting for us today.
Yeah, so what I'm presenting for you guys today is a song called Head Up. It's from a project that I dropped called Keep Your Head in the Clouds, sort of inspired by like the little dreamer that lives inside of me that loves to dream. And, you know, I always tell people, don't like dare to dream, because you know what, even if it doesn't happen, it was fun to do it, right? It's fun to sit here and be like, if I win the lottery, like it's fun. So like allow yourself to have those moments, you know? So the song is basically, you know, it was written during a time where I lost my grandfather. And it's just a song where I'm sort of reflecting on lessons taught by my mom and my dad, and life changing in such a massive, monumental way. And just me reminding myself to always keep my head up and to always, you know, sort of like Tupac's song, Keep Your Head Up. I like to look at it as like that mixed with like Biggie's Juicy. So it's like a blend of like, you know, the motivation, but also the home and like the come up story, you know?
That was Savage the Poet. Don't go anywhere, because when we return, he's going to perform for us after the break. Don't forget, we're going to get a taste of Head Up. Don't go anywhere.